Kelly on your side.
Tonight, several developing stories as we come on. The president's lead attorney, Rudy Giuliani, and the stunning new reason why he's advising President Trump not to testify in the Russia investigation. Truth isn't truth. As ABC News confirms, White House counsel Don McGahn has cooperated extensively with Robert Mueller. Killers on the loose, new details after a string of shootings that have left 3 people dead and may be connected. The getaway vehicle police are now searching for. Also tonight, a family trapped by a raging wildfire. Their attempt to drive through the flames.
Oh, Jesus, God, help us.
The moment they realize they can't go any farther. Plus, the police ramming investigation. A teenager taking off after he was stopped for not having a light on his bicycle. The chase ending when a police cruiser slams right into him. Near drone disaster, the helicopter passing dangerously close to a drone. And miracle on the mound, the nun strutting her stuff and bringing the crowd to its feet.
From ABC News, this is ABC World News Tonight.
And good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Sunday. I'm Tom Yamas. And we begin tonight with President Trump on the attack as his personal attorney delivers a new reason the president may not sit for an interview in the Russia investigation. The president, first lady, and son Barron arriving back at the White House just moments ago after that bombshell report confirmed by ABC News that White House counsel Don McGahn is cooperating extensively with the special counsel. Trump now insists he allowed McGahn to do so and said McGahn's no, quote, John Dean type rat, a Watergate reference to Richard Nixon's counsel who ultimately turned on his boss. At the same time, President Trump's lead personal attorney, Rudy Giuliani, today raising eyebrows with a new reason he says President Trump should not be interviewed by Robert Mueller. Giuliani saying, quote, truth isn't truth. ABC's Tara Palmieri starts us off.
Tonight, President Trump's lead attorney with a new and stunning reason why he's advising the president not to testify in the Russia investigation.
I'm not going to be rushed into having him testify so that he gets trapped into perjury. And when you tell me that, you know, he should testify because he's going to tell the truth and he shouldn't worry, well, that's so silly because it's somebody's version of the truth, not the truth. He didn't have a conversation.
Truth is truth. I don't mean to go like...
No, it isn't truth. Truth isn't truth.
Giuliani later adding more context to the jarring statement, truth isn't truth.
They have 2 pieces of evidence. Trump says, I didn't tell him, and the other guy says that he did say it. Which is the truth?
The president's lead attorney also doubling down on the president's insistence there was no collusion between his campaign and Russia, and claiming Mueller has a weak case if it's based on that infamous Trump Tower meeting in 2016 between campaign officials and a Russian lawyer after they were promised dirt on Hillary Clinton.
That was the original intention of the meeting. It turned out to be a meeting about another subject, and it was not pursued at all. I don't even know if they knew she was Russian at the time. All they knew is that a woman with a Russian name wanted to meet with them.
But that email chain setting up the meeting, released by Donald Trump Jr., indicates a, quote, Russian government attorney would be there. The president also blasting a New York Times report confirmed by ABC News that his White House counsel, Don McGahn, cooperated extensively with the special counsel's investigation. President Trump alleging in a tweet that the paper implied, quote, because White House counsel Don McGahn was giving hours of testimony to the special counsel, he must be a John Dean type rat. But I allowed him and all others to testify. I didn't have to. I have nothing to hide. Nixon's former White House counsel, John Dean, a one-time loyalist turned whistleblower in the Watergate scandal, firing back in a tweet of his own. I doubt you have any idea what McGahn has told Mueller. Also, Nixon knew I was meeting with prosecutors because I told him. However, he didn't think I would tell him the truth.
All right, Tara Palmieri joins us live tonight. And Tara, I want to go back to Rudy Giuliani's comments about truth, because tonight one of the central characters in the Russia investigation, former FBI Director James Comey, who was fired by the president, has now weighed in.
That's right, Tom. Giuliani's comments are taking on a life of their own. Former FBI Director James Comey, who encouraged the president to release his alleged tapes of their private conversation, now out with his own take, tweeting, quote, truth exists and truth matters. Truth has always been the touchstone of our country's justice system and political life. People who lie are held accountable. Tom?
Tara Palmieri for us tonight. Tara, thank you. Now to Nashville, where the manhunt is intensifying for 2 suspects in a double murder who may be connected to a string of shootings. Authorities releasing this image of a dark Chevrolet sedan and suspects seen in the parking lot of a bar where 2 friends were killed while celebrating a birthday. Eyewitnesses and victims describing similar suspects in those previous shootings, one of them also fatal. Here's ABC's Ariel Reshef.
Tonight, the manhunt intensifying for two suspects Nashville police call cold-blooded killers, believed to be behind a recent string of random shootings rattling the city.
I've been in Nashville all my life. I have never gotten up every morning to see 2 people shot, 1 person dead, 3 people shot.
Investigators telling ABC News they're pursuing active leads, feverishly trying to track down the men reportedly last seen in this dark Chevy sedan. Authorities say the pair ambushed a group of friends outside an East Nashville bar Friday night, demanding money before gunning down 33-year-old Bartley Teal and 30-year-old Jamae Sarantonio.
2511 Galveston Avenue at the Cobra Bar. Someone shot
Teal, who was killed while out celebrating his birthday, a beloved musician. His bandmates devastated.
He was everybody's friend.
He is a very huge part in why we are what we are.
Sarantonio described by loved ones as compassionate and full of joy. Their murders stoking fears after 2 other violent attacks within a 10-mile radius in under 2 weeks. August 8th, a woman shot in the back and paralyzed in a robbery while walking her dogs, now too terrified to reveal her identity. August 14th, 31-year-old Kendall Rice is robbed and shot to death while waiting for the bus to work. Tonight, the suspects still at large. Authorities warning residents not to go out alone.
And Tom, authorities believe those 2 men are still in the Nashville area. Police now amping up their patrols as the desperate search continues for those armed and dangerous suspects. Tom?
That manhunt now underway. All right, Ariel, thank you. Next tonight, dangerous weather slamming several parts of the country. New images showing trees in Tulsa snapped in half by a thunderstorm. More than a dozen people were injured at a Backstreet Boys concert in Oklahoma when wind gusts knocked down an entrance tent. And here on the East Coast, a man died when he was struck by lightning at a state park in Long Island. A tornado watch has just been issued for parts of the heartland, with a messy start to the work week as the system moves towards major cities like St. Louis and Chicago. Here's ABC senior meteorologist Rob Marciano. Rob, good evening.
Hey, good evening, Tom. We've already seen 2 reported tornadoes across Oklahoma and Missouri, and that's exactly where that tornado watch is. Here it is. It includes parts of northern Arkansas and Springfield, Missouri. It's in effect until 9 o'clock. We also have a flash flood watch out for eastern parts of Nebraska, including Omaha, for this low that's moving very slowly. It's deepening into an upper level situation, which will give it some oomph from the severe weather department. Look at that line developing from Paducah to Memphis. Chicago will see some rough storms as well. In the west, we've got a severe drought situation, a third of it in severe drought, in some areas of Montana seeing one of their driest summers on record. Great Falls, 25 straight days of no rain, Tom, and that's just amplifying the fire threat across the northern Rockies. Tom?
Rob Marciano for us. Rob, thank you. And as Rob just reported, those dry conditions continue to fuel deadly wildfires across several western states. It was inside Glacier National Park in Montana where a father and son were vacationing when flames quickly moved in and they made a desperate attempt to get out. ABC's Zachary Keish now with the harrowing footage and the one thing they believe saved their life.
Dad, the car is heating up. It's going to explode.
Tonight, the incredible cell phone video as a father and son on vacation escape a relentless forest fire in Montana's Glacier National Park. Justin Bilton and his 70-year-old father, Charles, first saw the fire last Sunday while backcountry camping near a lake. The duo checking in with park rangers at least 3 separate times. They say they were warned about lightning igniting fires in the area, but were told it wasn't expected to spread.
We watched it a while longer and realized that it looked like the fire had definitely grown. And so I said to my father, I think we need to get out of here.
Do I go?
We're going to find out up here in a minute.
That's when they jumped back in the car.
The wind shifted, the fire got real intense, and it got out of control.
Justin behind the wheel, his dad recording the nightmare.
Oh my God.
Keep going, go.
The two racing to escape back to the main campsite, fire all around them.
Easy, can't see. Just
you can hear the fear and indecision, cornered by the blaze on a dead-end road.
Oh, Jesus, God, help us.
The two coming across a burning tree which forced them to throw the car in reverse. But what they didn't realize at the time, that decision likely saving their lives.
Dad, we can't get out.
When I put the car in reverse and looked out the back window, I couldn't see anything. I didn't have the headlights anymore. And somehow I was able to stay on the road.
you know, when that video stops, they throw that car in reverse a mile and a half down the road where they were rescued by some boaters and obviously lived to tell that incredible story.
They had to be rescued by boat because there's no way to drive out of there.
Absolutely right.
All right, Zachary, thanks so much. Now to new developments in that controversial ICE arrest. A husband taken into custody while driving his pregnant wife to the hospital for a C-section. After initial backlash, authorities now say that suspect is wanted for murder in Mexico. Here's ABC's Marcy Gonzalez with the update.
Immigration officials now explaining this arrest. Wjla Lara in the U.S. illegally from Mexico, handcuffed and taken into custody in Southern California as he brought his wife to the hospital to deliver their baby, leaving her in tears at this gas station. When I asked, why are you taking my husband, they said somebody had reported us, she says. Hours after confirming Wjla Lara's detention for being in the country illegally but making no mention of a criminal history, ICE officials updated their statement, telling ABC News Mr. Wjla Lara was brought to ICE's attention due to an outstanding warrant issued for his arrest in Mexico on homicide charges.
If this guy was wanted for murder out of Mexico, then that's definitely a high priority arrest that ICE has to make.
We reached out to Mexican authorities about those alleged charges, and they said they have no information on him. We also asked ICE why the initial statement did not include the allegation that there were pending homicide charges, and have been told they're working to confirm the warrant. Wjla Lara's attorney denies the accusations and questions their validity, saying he thinks this may be a case of mistaken identity.
Unless they have certain proof there's a arrest warrant for this particular person in Mexico, then we just think that it's something that's an allegation that's not proven yet.
Marcy joins us now from where that arrest took place. And Marcy, Mexican officials say they have no information about the detained man's criminal history, but his attorney tells you he's going to court tomorrow to try to get him released.
Yeah, that's right. He says he plans to file a motion tomorrow asking to have Wjla Lara released on bond so he can be with his family as ICE moves forward with proceedings to deport him. Tom?
Marcy, thank you. Tonight, a stunning weekend of gun violence in Chicago. Authorities reporting at least 46 people shot, including 2 fatally in weekend shootings across the city. One person killed was shot in the back Saturday, the other targeted by someone on a bike. 3 other men were shot but survived while leaving a back-to-school peace rally. And another story we're following tonight, authorities investigating a police officer who ran the teenager with his SUV. The teen taking off when police tried to stop him for not having a light on his bike. The chase then taking a dangerous turn with the crowd converging after the teen was struck. Here's ABC's Whit Johnson.
Tonight, Sacramento police releasing dramatic video of a patrol SUV hitting a 16-year-old suspect. Watch again as the police cruiser makes a hard left turn, knocking the teen to the ground. I'm sorry! The teen heard on body cam video screaming, "I'm sorry." Officers rushing to handcuff the boy, then asking where it hurts.
So where's your injury at? What hurts?
Police say they were delayed in getting medics to the scene due to the angry crowd shouting at officers. The July 22nd incident starting moments earlier. Officers say they stopped the teen for riding a bicycle after dark without a front light. After a few questions, the teen takes off running.
Blue jeans, blue shirt.
A different patrol car joining the chase. Investigators say that cruiser ramming the teen. He was treated for non-life-threatening injuries and given a citation for resisting arrest.
Whether or not that officer intended to hit him going that fast is, unclear from the video. At best, it was negligence. At worst, it was a deliberate use of force.
In early findings, investigators say the SUV lost control, traveling too fast while making that sharp turn, calling the collision an accident.
The investigation has determined that the speed is the primary reason the incident occurred.
Tom, the case is still under investigation, but Sacramento police say even an unintended collision with the suspect under these circumstances is unacceptable. The department is now reviewing its policies in an effort to prevent something like this from happening again. Tom?
Whit Johnson for us tonight. Whit, thank you. A powerful earthquake rocking the Indonesian tourist island of Lombok. The 6.9 quake damaging buildings and causing landslides felt as far away as Bali. The earthquake hitting the same island where more than 400 people were killed in another earthquake earlier this month. Several strong aftershocks rattling that island. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Sunday. The close call up high, a drone appearing to nearly collide with that oncoming helicopter. The FAA now investigating what the drone operator is saying. Plus, the key medical device in short supply as families get ready for back to school. And the woman who refused to give up her purse run over at one point, what we've just learned about what was inside that purse and how she's doing tonight. Stay with us.